Hello, friends. Welcome to Fluent English Power, your go-to place to speak better English every single day. I'm really excited to have you here because today we're going to try something super helpful called shadowing. Now, you might be thinking, what's shadowing? Well, let me explain. Shadowing is a powerful method where you listen to someone speak English and then repeat exactly what they say with the same tone, rhythm, and speed. Just like a shadow follows every step, you'll follow every word. This technique is great for improving your pronunciation, your listening skills, and your confidence while speaking. Here's how you can use this video. First, just listen to me as I read a story aloud. Don't worry, you'll see all the words on the screen to help you follow along. Then, try repeating the sentences after me. Copy the way I say each line, even the pauses and the feeling behind the words. And hey, it's totally okay if it's not perfect at first. What matters is progress, not perfection. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Now, before we begin, let me tell you why I chose this story. I heard it recently and thought it was perfect for English practice. It's interesting, easy to understand, and very useful for daily conversation. It's about a girl named Sarah who travels to the United States for the first time. The story is written in simple English, so you can focus on listening, understanding, and speaking without feeling overwhelmed. Let's start the story. Sarah is at the airport and she's feeling excited because today she's flying to New York City for the very first time. She has her ticket, passport, and bags ready. Everything is set. She goes to the check-in desk and hands her ticket to the lady. The lady smiles and says, "Here's your boarding pass. You're in seat 17A. Have a good flight." Sarah says thank you, feeling happy. A window seat, perfect. She loves looking out during flights. She walks to the security check, but the line is really long. After waiting for what feels like forever, she finally gets through. Now she's at gate 23. Waiting to board the plane. Suddenly, there's an announcement. Flight 567 to New York is now boarding. Please line up by group number. Sarah's heart starts beating faster. It's time. She gets on the plane, walks down the aisle, and looks for her seat 17A. But wait, there's a problem. A man in a blue jacket is already sitting in the seat and looking out the window. Sarah feels nervous, but says politely, "Excuse me, sir, I think this is my seat." The man turns, surprised, and says, "Oh, really? Let me check." He looks at his ticket and says, It says 17A. I think this is my seat." Now Sarah is confused. She pulls out her own ticket and says, "Look, mine says 17A too." The man checks her ticket and smiles kindly. "No problem," he says. "You can take the seat. I'll sit in the middle." Sarah feels a little bad, but she really wants that window view. "Thank you so much," she says, and sits down. The plane takes off, and she looks out the window. The clouds look magical. She feels happy and peaceful. Then the man next to her starts a conversation. "Are you going to New York for vacation?" he asks. "Yes," Sarah says with a smile. "It's my first time. I want to see Times Square and the Statue of Liberty." "That's great," the man replies. "I live in New York. You'll love it. It's a fast city, but it's full of energy and life." As they chat, Sarah notices something interesting. The man doesn't seem upset at all about losing the window seat. He's friendly, calm, and kind. But just when everything seems perfect, Something unexpected happens. A flight attendant walks over and says, "Excuse me, I think there's been a mistake." Sarah freezes. "A mistake?" she asks. The flight attendant checks her ticket and then looks at the seat. "Actually, you're in the wrong seat," she says. "This seat, 17A, belongs to this gentleman. Your seat is 17C, the aisle seat." Sarah's face turns red with embarrassment. She looks at the man and he simply smiles. "It's okay," he says. "I don't mind the middle seat." Sarah feels really embarrassed. All this time, she thought she was right, but she was wrong. I realized something important. I was supposed to sit in the aisle seat, not the window. Feeling embarrassed, I looked at the man and said, "I'm really sorry. You were right the whole time." He smiled and said cheerfully, "No worries at all. Mistakes happen." For the rest of the flight, I couldn't stop thinking about how kind and calm he was. He didn't argue or get upset. He just smiled and let me sit there peacefully. As the plane landed, I turned to him and said, "Thank you again. You're truly very kind." He laughed and replied, "Enjoy your time in New York, and next time, double-check your seat number." I smiled, a little embarrassed but very grateful. As I stepped off the plane, I felt a mix of emotions, a little shame, a lot of gratitude, and a sense of relief. This journey was already teaching me something powerful. It's okay to admit when you're wrong. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on Sarah's experience. What can we learn from her story? First, always double-check your travel details, especially your seat number. It's a small habit, but it can help avoid awkward moments. Mistakes like sitting in the wrong seat are easy to make, especially when you're feeling excited, nervous, or in a hurry. But the biggest lesson is about attitude. Mistakes are a natural part of life and of learning, too. Sarah made a mistake, but instead of reacting negatively, the man chose kindness. That moment of patience and understanding made a big difference. And that's a lesson we can all remember whether we're learning English or simply dealing with daily life. Learning English is very much like this trip. You'll make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Every small step, every sentence you practice, every word you try to pronounce takes you closer to fluency. So don't worry if you mess up. Just keep learning, stay positive, and keep going. Now think about this. What would you have done if you were in Sarah's situation? Would you have checked your seat again? Would you have insisted it was your spot? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's now look at some useful expressions and words from Sarah's story phrases you can use while traveling or even in your daily life. Here are a few to remember. Useful phrases at the airport. "Excuse me, this is my seat." Use this when someone is sitting where you're supposed to sit. Repeat after me. "Excuse me, this is my seat. Let me check my ticket." A polite way to confirm your seat or travel info. Repeat after me. "Let me check my ticket. Have a good flight." A kind way to wish someone a safe trip. Repeat after me. "Have a good flight." Travel vocabulary. Boarding pass. The ticket you need to get on the plane. Example. I showed my boarding pass at the gate. Window seat, middle seat, aisle seat. The 3 types of seats on a plane. Example. I like the window seat because of the view. Security check. Where your bags and ID are checked. Example. The security check took a while today. Gate. the area where passengers wait to board the plane. Example: my flight is at gate 23. Polite phrases: don't worry about it. A kind way to say everything's okay. Example: I apologized and he said, don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. A reminder that errors are normal. Example: when I sat in the wrong seat, he said, mistakes happen. Enjoy your trip. A positive wish for someone's journey. Example: the flight attendant said, enjoy your trip. Practice time. Let's try saying some of these together. Excuse me, this is my seat. Let me check my ticket. Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. Great job. These phrases are very helpful, especially when traveling or speaking politely in different situations. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed Sarah's story and picked up something useful. Remember, you can watch this video as many times as you like to keep practicing your shadowing. It's a fantastic way to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who's also learning English. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Before we end, I'll leave you with this thought: learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's also about understanding people, just like Sarah did on her trip. So keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy your journey. See you in the next video. And as always, and if you like this video, don't forget, like, comment, and share with your friends. Happy learning!